The US Air Force bet everything on one assumption: that the enemy will never see us coming. The F-22 isn't designed to fight, it's designed to assassinate. But what happens if the Ghost misses? Russia has built a fighter for that exact terrifying moment. The Su-35 isn't designed to hide. It's designed to survive that first missile and drag America's top pilots into the one thing they're desperate to avoid: a close-range, visual dogfight. This jet isn't just new hardware, it's a direct challenge to the entire philosophy of Western air power. This isn't a story about which jet is better. It's about two clashing doctrines, two completely different ways of thinking about air combat in the 21st century. One side has bet everything on a single, long-range precision strike from the shadows. The other has engineered a brawler, a machine built to take a punch and turn the battle into a brutal, close-quarters knife fight. The Su-35 represents a dangerous belief that the age of untouchable stealth might be ending, and that what comes next will be decided by raw power, physics-defying agility, and a pilot's nerve. This is the story of the sniper versus the brawler, and why the West can no longer ignore the brawler's warning. To understand the warning shot the Su-35 represents, you first have to understand the creed it was built to shatter. For over 30 years, American air power has followed a simple, ruthless mantra: see first, shoot first, kill first. This isn't just a tactic, it's a religion, and it's built on the altar of stealth. The high priests of this religion are the F-22 Raptor and the F-35 Lightning II. These aren't just jets, they're flying phantoms. Their real power isn't about being the fastest or most agile, though they are incredibly capable. Their power lies in being invisible. Engineers achieve this through a concept called low observability. Every surface, every angle, every coating on these jets is meticulously designed to deflect or absorb enemy radar waves, preventing them from ever bouncing back to a receiver. The Pentagon calls this first look, first kill. It's a strategy of arrogance. It assumes the F-22 will always be the hunter, and the Su-35 will always be the prey. But what happens when the hunter misses? This entire philosophy is designed to avoid one thing: a visual range dogfight. In fact, for a stealth pilot, seeing the enemy with your own eyes can be considered a mission failure. The battle is meant to be won from 50 miles away, in the cold, impersonal realm of beyond visual range, BVR, combat. Here's how it's supposed to work. The F-22, cloaked in its invisibility, uses its own powerful APG-77 AESA radar to scan the sky. It detects an enemy formation long before those jets have any idea they're being watched. The Raptor pilot identifies a target, gets a lock, and opens the internal weapons bay, a crucial step, since external weapons would ruin its stealth profile. A missile like the AIM-120 AMRAAM drops, its rocket motor ignites, and it screams towards a target that is still flying completely blind. The first sign of trouble for the enemy pilot is the deafening screech of a missile warning, followed nanoseconds later by impact. The fight is over. The F-22 turns away, melting back into the electromagnetic silence. This is the Western way of war: clean, technological, and overwhelmingly dominant. It's a strategy that has made the US Air Force the undisputed king of the skies for a generation. And it's all built on the assumption that the sniper will always get the first shot, and that the first shot will always be a kill. But Russia asked a dangerous question: what if it isn't? Russia's answer is the Sukhoi Su-35, and it's a fundamentally different beast. Where the F-22 is a ghost, the Su-35 is a gladiator. It doesn't expect to be invisible. It expects to be shot at. Its entire design is focused on surviving that first missile and turning a long-distance electronic duel into a vicious close-range brawl, a fight American pilots are trained to avoid at all costs. A deep evolution of the legendary Su-27 flanker, the Su-35 is a 4++ generation fighter that pushes the limits of a non-stealth airframe. It makes no serious attempt at matching the F-22's low observability. Its radar cross-section is a barn door in comparison. It compensates for this glaring visibility with a potent combination of brute force, advanced sensors, and an almost physics-defying agility. At the heart of the Su-35 are its two Saturn AL-41F1S engines, equipped with three-dimensional thrust vectoring nozzles. This means the pilot can direct the engine's thrust independently of where the plane's nose is pointing, allowing for breathtaking post-stall maneuvers. It can perform the famed Pugachev's Cobra, pitching its nose past 90 degrees while still moving forward, or execute tight, high angle of attack turns that let it seemingly stop on a dime and point its weapons at a pursuer. These aren't just airshow tricks. In a dogfight, they're lifesavers. While a Western jet might perform wide, banking turns that bleed precious energy, the Su-35 can use thrust vectoring to change direction with minimal energy loss. This super maneuverability is its first line of defense against an incoming missile, allowing it to perform extreme, unpredictable jinks that force the missile's guidance system into a series of draining corrections until it simply runs out of gas and falls from the sky. But the Su-35 isn't just about dodging, it's about seeing. It carries the powerful Urbis Pisa radar, a brute force system that can allegedly detect a conventional fighter from up to 400 kilometers away. More critically, its manufacturer claims it can detect a low observable target, like a stealth fighter, at a range of up to 90 kilometers. Now, let's be clear. This shatters the myth of total invisibility, but it doesn't flip the script. The F-22 can detect the Su-35 from much, much farther away. That 90-kilometer range isn't a competitive advantage. It's a desperate last-ditch window of opportunity for the Su-35 pilot to know they're being hunted. To supplement this, the Su-35 has a secret weapon against stealth, the OLS-35 Infrared Search and Track (IRST) system. This passive sensor doesn't emit anything. It just scans for the heat signature from an enemy aircraft's engines and airframe friction. A stealth fighter's shape can defeat radar, but it can't hide the massive plume of superheated gas it leaves in its wake. The IRST allows an Su-35 pilot to potentially track a stealth aircraft without ever turning on their own radar, denying the F-22 pilot the comfort of knowing they are unseen. Finally, the Su-35 is a flying arsenal. Unburdened by the need for internal-only weapons, it boasts 12 external hardpoints capable of carrying a staggering 8,000 kilograms of ordnance, including up to 12 air-to-air missiles. This massive external load creates immense drag and makes its radar signature even bigger, but it perfectly aligns with the Russian doctrine. The Su-35 isn't sneaking into a fight. It's arriving for a war, and it comes heavily armed. This clash of doctrines is redefining modern air warfare. The technology and tactics are evolving faster than ever. If you're enjoying this deep dive into the strategies that shape our world, take a moment to hit the like button and subscribe. We break down the hardware, the geopolitics, and the future of conflict every week. Your support helps us continue to bring you this kind of in-depth analysis. Now, let's see what happens when these two philosophies collide. So, let's play this out. A hypothetical clash of doctrines high above the ocean. An American F-22 Raptor is on patrol, its profile a ghost. Miles away, a Russian Su-35 Flanker E flies its own pattern. The F-22 sees it first. Of course it does. From well over 100 miles away, the Su-35's massive radar signature lights up the Raptor pilot's display. The Su-35 pilot sees nothing. The sky is empty. The F-22 pilot maneuvers, unseen and unheard, for the perfect shot. The doctrine is clear: see first, shoot first. The weapons bay doors snap open, and AIM-120. OMRAAM drops and ignites, accelerating to over Mach 4. The doors close in an instant. For the first terrifying seconds, the Su-35 pilot is oblivious. Then, the cockpit erupts with alarms. A missile is inbound. This is the moment of truth. This is where Western doctrine expects a kill, and Russian doctrine expects a fight to begin. The Su-35 pilot cranks the jet into a hard turn, deploying flares and chaff. But this is no simple evasion. Engaging the thrust vectoring nozzles, the pilot yaws the airframe violently, pulling an impossibly tight maneuver. The goal isn't just to outturn the missile, it's to kinematically defeat it. Think of the missile having a finite tank of fuel, its kinetic energy. Every correction it makes bleeds that energy. By performing these extreme, unpredictable maneuvers, the Su-35 pilot forces the AMRAAM to constantly adjust, burning through its reserves. The missile, once screaming in at Mach 4, is now losing speed, fighting a target that refuses to fly straight. Finally, its motor is spent. It falls, defeated, into the ocean. The first shot has missed. And now, everything has changed. The F-22 pilot has revealed his approximate location. The distance has closed dramatically. The fight has transitioned from the cold, calculated world of BVR to the terrifying, visceral chaos of within visual range combat. This is the merge, the moment the two aircraft pass each other. And it's the F-22 pilot's nightmare. Suddenly, the F-22 pilot isn't looking at a radar screen anymore. He's looking through the glass. And he sees a 30-ton Russian jet pointing its nose directly at him while flying sideways. In a merge, aerodynamics don't matter. Angles do. And the Su-35 can create angles that defy physics. At this range, stealth becomes far less of an advantage. The F-22's heat signature is a clear target for the Su-35's IRST system. The tables have turned, the sniper has been dragged into a knife fight. And in this arena, the Su-35 is a master. The F-22 is incredibly agile, with its own 2D thrust vectoring, but its design is optimized for high speed, high-altitude performance. The Su-35, with its 3D thrust vectoring, was built for this exact moment. It can point its nose where it wants, when it wants, trying to bring its 30mm cannon or short-range R-73 Archer missiles to bear. This is the warning. It's not that the Su-35 is guaranteed to win this fight. A skilled F-22 pilot is still a lethal opponent. But the Su-35 has successfully negated the Raptor's primary advantages and forced the fight onto its own terms. It has sent a clear message: if you shoot at me, you had better not miss. This theoretical clash isn't just on whiteboards. The war in Ukraine has become a brutal, real-world testing ground for the Su-35. Its performance has been a mixed bag, revealing both its strengths and its stark limitations. On one hand, Russian Su-35s have claimed a number of air-to-air victories, using their powerful radar and long-range missiles to good effect. However, the conflict has been costly. A significant number of Su-35s have been shot down, not in dogfights, but by sophisticated ground-based air defense systems like the Patriot. This highlights a critical vulnerability of its doctrine. A brawler designed to survive an air-to-air missile is still dangerously exposed when its large radar signature is targeted by a modern, integrated air defense network on the ground. The war has proven the Su-35 is far from invincible. Even so, the aircraft is a key asset for Russia, and its combat experience is being watched closely. Beyond Ukraine, Su-35s have made their presence felt in tense encounters with NATO forces. Over the Baltic Sea and near Alaska, they have been involved in numerous unsafe intercepts. In a notable incident in September 2024, an Su-35 aggressively cut directly in front of a US F-16, a move the US military condemned as unprofessional and dangerous. These encounters are strategic signaling, a constant probing of NATO's defenses. This performance is part of Russia's sales pitch. The Su-35 is marketed as a stealth killer, an affordable counter to the West's expensive 5th-gen jets. And that pitch is finding an audience. After years of rumors, Iranian officials in early 2026 finally confirmed they had purchased Su-35 fighters from Russia. Leaked documents from late 2025 suggest a massive deal for dozens of aircraft, with deliveries potentially starting as early as this year. For a nation like Iran, whose air force relies on aging jets acquired before 1979, the arrival of the Su-35 would be a quantum leap in capability. It would dramatically alter the strategic balance in the Middle East, posing a new and complex threat to both Israeli and American air power in the region. So, what's the ultimate warning of the Su-35? It isn't that it's a better fighter than an F-22. Head-to-head, starting from a distance, the odds are overwhelmingly in the American stealth fighter's favor. Its ability to see first and shoot first remains a decisive advantage. The warning is more profound. The Su-35 is the physical embodiment of a counter-strategy. It's a bet that, in the chaos of real-world conflict, not every shot will be a clean BVR kill. It's a bet that electronic warfare, kinematic maneuvering, and the sheer messiness of battle will eventually lead to that nightmare merge. The American doctrine is the sniper, relying on one perfect shot from hiding. The Russian doctrine, embodied by the Su-35, is the brawler, built to get close, take a hit, and unleash overwhelming force in a messy, close-quarters fight. The Su-35 is a warning that if you come looking for a fight, you had better be prepared for a brawl, not just a duel. It proves there is more than one way to think about air superiority, and it forces a critical question upon military planners. Who do you think has the winning doctrine for the future of air combat? The long-range sniper or the close-range brawler? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below.